Oh boy, this situation right here is basically the worst thing that is ever happening to any or happens to any gaming communities. I'm not just talking about the 2K community in general. I'm talking about all video game communities and really anything that goes on in the internet that involves people who have a platform, people who have a following. It's been a thing that's been terrible for years, and this involves a lot of bad things. So this person that's involved in this situation is a person who's very, very well known within the 2K community and goes by the name of Bullet TV. He is a very, very known park streamer. People know who he is, and he has a name within the community. Now, this situation involves a lot of personal information that shouldn't really be put out to the public. So the first time I heard of this was Bullet TV was apparently getting accused of boosting. There was a clip that went out there. Apparently people were saying that he was boosting games because he's top rep or top 10 rep on the console, but other people were saying he wasn't. Honestly, I'm not even going to touch on that because personally I don't really care, and I don't think he's boosting. It doesn't really make much sense. I read some in the comments, I read the replies and things like that, and people are saying that he streams every day for like 12 hours, 10 hours, so it makes no sense for him to boost. But that's just a little thing that involved this situation. This is when I first started hearing of this. So apparently this started to escalate and it turned into doxing. Now, if you guys don't know what doxing is leaking personal information, whether it be about you or being about another person. Now, in this situation, this involves doxing of Bullet TV's family members. So Bullet TV ended up tweeting out this, and he said this: somebody leaked the identities of my family members, dozen of family members, and then someone sent me the info of that person who leaked my stuff, and I leaked it back. We're talking about my parents' names, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my brother, my sister. What a great community. So this is what happened. So all this was going on, and then these people, I'm not really too sure exactly who this was, ended up leaking Bullet TV's private information. Now, the reason why I'm not entirely too sure, I don't know if it had anything to do with the fact that maybe people thought he was boosting, but regardless, you should never ever leak people's personal information, because that's why it's private information and not put out to the public, because they don't want it public. So leaking people's personal information is something that has always been really weird to me. So obviously when this happened to Bullet TV, as anyone, to be honest with you, I mean, if this happened to me, I don't know if I would retaliate the same way, but I would definitely be angry. Anyone would be angry if all of a sudden your information of your family members or your friends or even yourself started getting leaked to the public. And you know the 2K community, obviously it's going to get extremely toxic once this happens. So Bullet TV obviously reacted in a way that he probably regrets now, but he ended up leaking the information of the person who apparently leaked his family's information live on stream. So I'm going to go ahead and show this clip. You guys can watch it, and then we'll go ahead and talk about it after.
And everything. So I'm about to leak it all right now, okay? So I'm about to leak all this guy's information. His name is Zachary Dox, because he a bitch on my mama. I don't know who did that, but whoever did that, you're a fucking genius, okay? His address is right here. His phone number is right here. His email address is right here. November 30, 2010. Comcast, his internet, associated phone numbers, that's probably his family members, his dad, Alistair, and now there's more, that's his dad, charges, offense, battery, actual, intentional, touch, strike. Holy shit, his dad did that?
You see right there, I had to obviously blank out all that information for pretty obvious reasons, but you can see right there that Bullet TV is very, very angry. He's obviously acting out of anger, and if that guy actually did end up doxing his family, then I would probably react the same way. I don't think I would do that on stream necessarily. I don't think I would ever dox someone in general, but doing that on stream probably isn't the best idea, because you have an audience, you have a platform, and apparently Bullet TV was actually trying to get a logo as well, because I mentioned at the beginning of this video, Bullet TV is a very, very well-known name within the community, and he pulls a great number of viewers when he plays the game. So him wanting to get a logo and then going on stream and potentially doxing this person or releasing their personal information is probably not the best look when it comes to wanting to get a logo. So then Ronnie2K ended up hearing about this, and he actually ended up subtweeting about this situation. He said, if you dox someone, your chances at a logo are gone forever, so don't be terrible, the streamers. Thanks. And then Bullet TV actually ended up replying to this. I don't know if I ended up mentioning this at the beginning of the video, but if I didn't, whatever. So Bullet TV replied to Ronnie and said, someone leaked the identities of my family members, dozen of family members. And then someone sent me that info of that person who leaked my stuff, and I leaked it back. We're talking about my parents' names, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my brother/sister. Great community. Ronnie2K then replied and said, I feel you, but just because someone does something does not mean that you need to return it in kind. Be a better person and rise above. That will make the community better. And then Bullet TV said, I agree, and I cannot think straight at the moment because all I saw in my DMs was pictures of my family members, and I don't know if you can relate to that feeling, but it's the worst feeling you can ever have. Retaliating wasn't the right move, but you can't blame me for defending myself. So right there is a pretty reasonable conversation. I mean, he's not sitting there denying the fact that he leaked this person's information, but I do think that doing this on stream is probably one of the worst ideas you could ever do, especially when it comes to you wanting to get a logo. It's probably not the best look, but it's hard for me to judge a situation like this because I'm obviously not in that situation. If I was in that situation, I don't really know what I would do, but it's definitely hard to judge because we're not going through that. But at the end of the day, leaking people's personal information is something I will never understand why people do. Like, what is the point of leaking someone's family member's information or whatever the case may be? Like, I don't really understand what anybody gains out of doing that. I'm not really too sure if this is going to affect Bullet TV's chances at maybe obtaining a 2K logo, but all I can say is I'm actually shocked at the fact that the 2K community, this doesn't happen more, because I'm not saying I want it to happen more, but I'm actually shocked that this doesn't happen a lot more when it comes to the 2K community. I guess you just got to look out for a certain side of the 2K community that end up doxing people or doing things like that, because I remember way back in the day in like 2K17, there was a person that always got swatted and doxed. I can't say his name, unfortunately, because he's been banned off YouTube and been banned so many times, but you guys know who I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, you can go ahead and type in the comment section below. But back in like 2K17, 16, and way back in the day, this happened a lot more. Nowadays, it doesn't, which obviously I'm very happy for, because situations like this are very, very toxic and they get out of hand because it starts involving people's family members, people's private information, and obviously no one wants to deal with that. That is something that is extremely toxic, that no matter what video game you play should ever come down to involving family members, phone numbers, addresses, personal information. It's never that serious. I promise you, a game of virtual basketball is never that serious. Regardless if you're mad about something, it is never that serious. Now, that doesn't just happen in the 2K community. This happens in every single gaming community. But at the end of the day, people are getting doxxed. People's private information is getting released, and I'm really not shocked at this. I'm actually shocked at the fact that this doesn't happen a lot more. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like. Do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you very much for support, and I appreciate everyone who watches the videos. Drop a like if you have it. It helps a lot. But anyways, I'm going to get out of you guys' ear. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and peace.